America's biggest opinion poller, Gallup, released a new poll the Washington Examiner called shocking, that found Americans are swinging socially conservative at breakneck speed. Why shocking? Because the poll covers the period of the most aggressive censorship regime since FDR, and apparently it backfired. Now, whether or not you personally are conservative, the point is the concentrated firepower of the entire belief industrial complex was aimed at a single group of Americans while silencing competing opinions, and it did not work. The other day, I talked about how the rise of citizen journalism means the elite gatekeepers are losing their monopoly. This is fuel to the fire. Going to the poll, in just 2 years, social conservatives soared 11 points, so about a quarter, going from 47% of those expressing a preference to now 58%. So 3 out of 5 Americans now call themselves social conservative and rising fast. By generation, it went up 11 points among Gen X. It went up 13 points among millennials, who are swinging right even faster. It even went up 6 points among Gen Z, who are just getting their first taste of reality. So what happened? In short, I think the left overplayed their hand. The rise of blogs starting in 1999 democratized public discourse, bypassing the gatekeepers, to the point that censorship as a concept was melting away. As a search term, it had dropped from index 24 to 2 by 2010. Anybody over the age of 30 remembers the early internet where you could say anything you darn well please. Then all of a sudden, censorship came roaring back, jumping after the 2008 crisis and then taking another jump after Trump was elected. Why? Because the establishment realized it was losing. In the 2008 crisis, the unwashed masses used social media to build anti-establishment movements like Tea Party and Occupy, going after bipartisan crony bailouts. The left's social media utopia was turning into a nightmare as they watched the public turn on them, take away their megaphone, their monopoly on truth. Brexit and Trump only sealed the deal. Free speech on the internet was replacing the newspapers and the TVs that had long been the left's in-house monopoly. And so the empire struck back. One by one, they picked off anti-establishment voices like Alex Jones or Milo Yiannopoulos. And then came COVID. The lockdowns delivered the left absolute power, even closing churches, something that's been unimaginable in Western societies since, the Peace of Westphalia. But that power was a trap, because it was sustained on an army of rabid activists who, it turns out, had no interest in being reasonable. The elite had seized the tiger by the tail and could not let go. This meant upping the ante on progressively absurd ideas, from basic biology to brainwashing children into a racial and gender moral hierarchy that is repugnant to America's egalitarian ethos where everybody is equal, yes, even married Christians. The result is that today, quote, social conservative for millions of Americans simply means normal or common sense. And now that we are getting back to free speech for the plebs, they are back in the driver's seat. I don't know if it means America goes full-on conservative, but I do think common sense is coming. The left has more stings in its tail. It's a big establishment, and it'll take time to drain, but I think it has peaked and the tide is turning. Okay, we'll be watching. See you next time.